Morning, everyone. Did anybody get an email today? 105 degrees. Jeez. Oh, it's Phoenix. So no humidity, right? That's nice. Humidity is the real killer. It's still hot. Not the same. Thanks for asking, Ira. Well, welcome, William. We'll be getting started in just a minute. Hey, Michael. uh, yes, they do, Joel. They do move. They will move quite a bit, typically. Nice. Jason, if you hear alarm bells going off on the Alpha Zone Pro, that means momentum is shifting. We're starting to shift. So we get a nice ding. Probably got one. If you had the spy hub, probably got it about 12 minutes ago. Hey, Kevin. Doug, good morning. DJ. Hey, Javad. Diana. Shannon, good morning.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
Your
Good
camera's on.
morning. Yep, now it's on. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hey, Blake, how are you? Good to see you here. Let me turn on YouTube. See how everybody's doing over there. And then we'll say to everybody hello to everybody on Zoom. It just takes a second, folks. I know a lot of you had a day off, a lot of you didn't have a day off. Are we broadcasting, Matt?
What'd you
Yeah.
say?
No. Never mind. We are. I just didn't know if we were broadcasting. We are on
We're
on
we're
YouTube.
live.
We're live. Yes, we're live. Hey, Kevin, Devin, Bill, Sherman, Mike, and Richard on YouTube. And here we've got a lot of people here. We've got Michael, Bob. We got Sylvia. We got Ivano. We got Christopher. We got Murray. We got Jill. Hey, Jill. We got Michael K. Rodolfo. Hey, Rodolfo. Cyrus, Leslie, Brendan, Ray, Richard, Michelle, John says, hot, 90. Oh, it's hot. It is hot. It's so hot here too. It's been really warm last few days. Hey, W. Moore. HG, good evening to you too. Hope for your HG lives right in the Middle East where all this is happening. So my condolences to you and your family. I can only imagine what your lives have been like the last couple of weeks. Well, actually, last week. It's day 6 now. Um, John, we got Mike, we got William, we got Randy, we got Bill, we got hello. Oh, Piet Brock, there you are. Hello. Got so complicated there to see you there. Jesse, Petro, Brett, Jose, Elizabeth, Becky. Hey, Steven, iPad. Welcome, Crawley, new pit trader. Great. Admin, we got Lakshmi. Lakshmi, hopefully I got it right. Jose. Richard says, I won't be hanging around long today. Daughter will be at ceremony at West Point. That's where you want to be, Richard. That's where you want to be. That's where I would be if my daughter was graduating at West Point. The piano learner, Carlos. How are you, Carlos? Good to see you. Let me repost your thing so everybody could see it. There's Carlos saying hello to everybody. Please, folks, post for everybody. Catalyst, everybody. Carlos has been offline for a bit, but thanks for AZP, still positive. Now for the quarter, paid for my Puerto Rico vacation, leaving July 19th. I like that. Make sure you post that in the chat, Matt. Okay? That's good. I like that. That's a good one. See that? Actually, I'm there. I'll do it right now. I got it. All right. All right. We got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to talk about. Yeah, Eagle Beagle's here. Ken is here. Zoom user, John, Jill. That's very impressive. Yes, West Point, very impressive. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to, and everybody else, good morning, good afternoon, hello, and welcome. Kevin, Richard, that's okay. Please save me time so that I don't have to redo things and post for everybody. So, Matt, can you undo your screen so that I could share my screen? Matt, can you undo your screen so I could share my screen?
My screen's not on.
Your screen's not on. It says Matt's screen.
No, I stopped it.
Oh, all right. Well, let's try. Blake, do you have the screen by any chance? Ooh, no, now you've let go of the screen. All right. All right.
It wasn't showing. That's weird.
Yeah. All right. All right. It said Matt's screen, so I figured it was Matt's screen. Let me pull up my TC2000 so we could look at a couple of things. But I wanted to show you guys something really, really important. And this applies to day trading, and this applies also to swing trading. This is really important. Hold on. Okay. So Matt, am I sharing my screen?
Not that I see.
Here. Oh yeah, that's right, John. Your fiance that you guys couldn't come. No lasting brain injury.
Great.
Excellent. 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 Okay. Should be sharing my screen. Yeah, that's great news from Richard. Great news from John. That's very, very good news. Okay, so I want you guys to understand something, okay? There's a big, big difference. There's a big, big difference between the daily and the intraday price movement, okay? One of the biggest problems a lot of you day traders have, and today was a perfect example, okay? Today, I'm talking about the Alpha Zone Pro right now. Believe it or not, you don't know that I am, but I am. Just trust me on this. So today, remember what I said to you this morning. All bets are off. Today's the market really wants to go higher, but we got a lot of problems right now. We got the Middle East. We got quadruple witching. We got all this stuff. Now, if you are looking at intraday price data, this is intraday today, okay? This is intraday. So you're sitting there on your Thinkorswim and you're looking at price data and you're like, oh my God, the market's falling apart. The market's falling apart. Well, you're right and you're wrong. The problem with that is this. You're not looking at context. And that's what I keep telling Matt the same thing. Let me explain, okay? So when we're down here, how much was the market really down on the day? 0.12%. Is the market really down on the day? Here's the daily chart. Is the market really down on the day? Is there really anything happening right now? No, no. Point is this. You have to take perspective. So let me give you the two scenarios. And this is important because we are talking about day trading right now. So let's say you're looking at the 5-minute chart like this, okay? But let's say the market's down 800 points. Let's just say the Dow's down 800 points, the S&P's down 2.5%, and you're seeing a pattern like this, okay? Well, the odds are that's a meaningful move. It's not a random move. I wouldn't want to fade that move. At best, I'd want to take a pullback and go back down. But let's now say the market is down. It's basically flat like it is right now. Does this really mean anything? How much meaning does this have? How much meaning does this have when the market's flat? When market are internal, very little. The odds are very, very high. Now, this is something I've been trying to teach my assistant because it's very easy to get caught up in this. It's really easy to get caught up on this. If you're looking at this, you're like, oh shit, the market's falling apart. But when you look up here, you realize the market's really not doing anything. It's down 0.06%. It's not doing anything. If this is not random, I don't know what is. So structure, market structure. I'm teaching you about market structure. I actually got an email from somebody this morning. You were wrong. The market's falling down. The market's going down. I'm like, the market's down like less than 0.2. It's down less than 0.25%. I mean, the market's not going down. My point is, and we'll talk about the AZP in a minute. This is the AZP. So when you're looking at sides and you're looking at things and you're looking to whether you should be fading the market, and here's the paramount point. When you see a pattern like this is not always the same. This price action, see this price action we're looking at? I would look at this price action. Okay? Completely differently depending on what market internals are telling me. And I would actually even look at market internals very differently depending on what they're telling me. My point is this. If it's a real hot summer day and it's 110 degrees and it's 80% humidity, no matter what happens, it's probably going to stay hot. And when it's 30 degrees cold, it's probably going to stay cold. My point is this. Fading this knife move when the Dow's down 800 or 1,000 points or even 500 points is very, very different than fading this move when the market is completely flat. Do you guys understand? It? And by the way, what is the first thing I always show you in the morning? The first thing I always show you in the morning, I didn't do it today for some unknown reason. Murphy's Law never fails. But what is the first thing I usually show you in the morning on the free Telegram channel? And what do I say by the sectors? What do I say? Are they random or are they not random? Is there anything up over a point or not? Fade means go the opposite direction of a trend. Buying right here would be fading this move. Selling right here would be going in the direction of the move. Assuming we're going short. So my point is this, look, and honestly, I haven't even looked at this today because I've been looking at this. We're down 0.19%, we're 0.19%. That's not a big move, guys. See, a lot of you guys are so focused on a pattern or a chart or a technical indicator that you don't focus out and look and say, hey, what the hell is the market really doing? Is it doing anything? Because remember, today is quadruple witching. It's going to be doing that all day. We talked about it in the morning. Remember, it was just a couple hours ago. It wasn't that long ago. VIX is elevated. We still have all this stuff going on. There's not going to be anybody putting in big bets. We're right at the 15-day moving average. The odds are we're just going to go side. All the cards said the same thing. And the market's not doing anything. And by the way, it could actually move later tonight because quadruple witching, it's going to happen second half of the day after 2 o'clock. But this is nothing. There's nothing moving. There's nothing moving over 1% or less than 1%. The market is not moving. It's now negative 0.16. The market's flat. It's resting right now. It's not doing anything. So my point is, when you're looking at the dashboard, and this is the dashboard right here, when you're looking at the dashboard, please don't look at this in isolation. Please do not look at this in isolation. It will hurt you. Because this will be doing the same thing whether the market's up 800 points or down or up 50 points or down 50 points. I don't know. Or doing nothing. It matters. It matters a lot. Thanks, Perry. It matters a lot. So let's start off once again with the I'm just going to move the dashboard to the side and I'm going to look at market internals right now. Okay, we are starting to trend down, which is not great. But again, there's not a lot of momentum. Look at ADD right now. It's at 63. It's at 63. Okay, what does this mean? This is really important. What does this mean? Richard, when you're looking at a larger time frame, you're not going to have this problem. Everybody falls for it. I fall for it. Matt falls for it. It's and I tell Matt, he's like, look, it's bottoming out. I'm like, but the market's down 1,000 points. And I get caught all the time. So I even told Matt I need some kind of like a ticker tape to tell me how much the Dow is up or how much the market is up or down. Because again, is the market angry or is the market calm? If the market's calm, fading a move is not that big of a deal. If the market's angry, you don't want to do that. So, yeah, it did. Yeah, yeah. So on the Telegram, you guys all got the Telegram. You guys know exactly what I was. So yeah. I mean, I literally got an email from somebody this morning, and I'm looking at the market. I'm like, I mean, the market's doing nothing. I mean, like nothing. It's flat. All right. We got some angry ducks here. So this is really important right now. We opened up at 1434. John says, so happy to listen to AZP. Very nice. Very nice. Grab that, Matt. So let me show you something. Look at tick. Tick is the gas pedal. Is the gas pedal being pushed in any direction right now? And it's lunchtime. Are we being pushed in any direction right now? No. Now, interestingly, we opened up above 900, which is technically a trend day. And we opened up at near 1500, which is technically a trend day. But as soon as we opened, what happened? We fell right into a range day. And if this is not a range day, I don't know what this. Let me explain to you what this means. Because, folks, this is part of AZP. This is important. If you don't look at this, this is going to become a lot less valuable. Okay, by the way, it hit the low. Look at how we hit the low. We hit the VWAP and we bounced down. Tell me I don't teach you this stuff all the time. And look at right here. Here's the VWAP. Hit a low. How often do I teach you guys this? If we had $1 for every time it would happen, we would all be rich by now, right? Okay, so, but look at how well this thing hits the lows. Yeah, Richard says, funny you said, I remember you saying we may pop at the open and then fade lower. Gee, what a surprise. All the time. All right. So let's just talk about this for a few seconds, okay? It's like watch exactly, Michelle. It is like watching. It happens all the time. And folks are making a lot of money with it. Um, all right. I'm getting too excited for my own good here. That's right, Bugs. No, the market never listens to me. I always listen to the market, John. That's the difference. If I listen to my wife half as much as I listen to the market, oh my goodness, I listen to her plenty. Okay. What this means right now is stocks are just exactly where they were yesterday at the close. So now remember what I always tell you. Remember what I always tell you. If a stock is not above yesterday's high or below yesterday's low, it's not moving. Okay? Yeah, Victor, it's recorded. For sure. For sure, guys. It's recorded. Hey, Scuba Chris, it's recorded. I'm well, Cyrus. How are you? Got a lot of energy. I was watching Led Zeppelin movie yesterday and Raising Canaan, which I really like a lot. All right. So when this is at 60, when this is at 60, it means not every, but most stocks are exactly, hey John, are exactly where they closed yesterday. Do you think you're going to have a lot of momentum if stocks are right where they closed yesterday? Now, this morning we had 1,400 stocks above yesterday's close, or excuse me, Wednesday's close. Right now we don't. When ADD is flat, so right now, let's say the market just goes up hard on a parabolic bar. I'm not going to take it very seriously because ADD is not doing anything. I'll obviously look at the gas pedal. So this tells us. So right now, you know how I always say this is the steering wheel? I always tell you guys this is the steering wheel, right? Okay. Well, right now the steering wheel is right where we left it off yesterday. I keep saying yesterday. I'm sorry. Wednesday. Wednesday. Okay. Right, Just old Bob. I couldn't agree with you more. All right. Jim says, how do you confirm when hit true low, lower likely move level, move from I don't know if we confirmed the low, but I know that my Pro Trader Dash, Alpha Zone Pro, excuse me, the low right now on a likely move is 593.12. I don't think we're going to break this level unless we get a catalyst today. Right there. This is telling me this. It works really well. No, you don't have to, Chris. You could right now trade up to the VWAP if you wanted to. I'll talk about it in a minute. Let me finish. No. You're missing my point. Because we're not talking about Pro Trader Dashboard, Michael, because we're talking about Alpha Zone Pro, because we're talking about day trading, because my agenda was today about trading the E-mini futures and option and day trading on the AutoZone Pro. And I said that at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's why. All right. Let's move on. So I would respect the likely move because this is based on implied volatility. This is based on volume and this is based on price. It's not based on any technical indicators. That's why it works really well. Look at how well it hit the high today and look at how well it hit the low today. I'm not advertising it. I'm just showing you this is real time right now. And then look how well it hit the VWAP today. This works really well. Really well. All right. So, all right. My point is right now we have no directional bias right now. That steering wheel is just like this. Or we're like doing little circles. There's no directional momentum right now. Now here's my point. It doesn't mean if you're a day trader you don't do anything. What it means if you're a day trader, it means you don't even look on this side of the screen. You look right here. That's all it means. And it means it's much safer to fade a move today than fading a move when everything is screaming and you're looking at this side of the fence. This is a directional filter. This is a fading filter. This is the directional side of the of Alpha Zone Pro. This is not. So when you're looking at this side, so when we say there's nothing going on, that's when we want to look right here. Willie says took SPY off at 593. Willie, I'm going to repost that. Nice. Very, very nice. Let me my wife. I don't know what she's saying. Oh, I think the internet in the house went off or something. All right, let me just put this here. Tell Dave something here. All right. Clyde's trading okay, Murray. He's taking today off though. He's riding the weekend, and we made a lower high, by the way. So for anybody who's new here, okay, this is Alpha Zone Pro. These levels, they act like magnets. Okay, price will always be in between the pink and the yellow. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about, Sean. Okay. Victor says, where we are, can I trade up or down or do not do anything? Well, right now, the momentum is bottoming out. That's what I'm about to talk about, Victor. So, and by the way, you could trade the SPY here, or you could put ES and trade the E-minis. Yes, you could do that too. Okay, the lines are right here. Nothing changes. See, I just switched to E-mini. Now, every point here, you see 6041. Every point is $5. Every point is $5 on the micro E-mini. So let's say we go from 6,010 to 6,020. That's 10 points. That's $50. Okay? Want to make sure you guys understand that. Okay? Want to make sure you guys understand that. And margin for that is very, very low. And you're not subject to day trading requirements. Well, Roger, I don't like to trade futures. I don't understand them. I don't know what the hell they are. Okay, no problem. Don't sweat. Here's the SPY. Oh, but it looks exactly the same. Yeah, it does. And here you would just trade at the money options that expire tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's Saturday, Roger. Monday, the next day. Okay? So, let's go back to the E-mini. I want to show you guys something. So, let's say you have less than 20, hypothetically speaking. And I'm not soliciting anybody to trade futures. It's a world of free will and self-determination. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, you didn't have a $25,000 account. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, you have a $10,000 account. Let's say you have a $2,000 account. Okay? All right. I know I'm on the. I know. All right. I'll do the here. MES. All right. If it makes you feel better, Doug, they're identical, but you're right. He's right. See, I got people like Doug watching out for me. No, you're right. I mean, they're the same. So let me show you guys a trick. Let's say you want to hold runners and you want to do multiple contracts and you don't want to follow the levels completely. You could start with the micro E-mini. That's $5 a point. So right now we're at 6,026.75. They go in quarter point increments. Every quarter is $1.25. Okay, and so for example, let's say you bought right here at I'm just showing this to give you an example. Let's say you bought right here at 617. Okay. And let's say you sell at the VWAP at 634. That's 17 points. 17 times $5 is what? It's $85. So if you bought here and you sold here, you would have made $85 per contract. The margin, the day trading margin for a micro E-mini is $40 a day at a futures brokerage firm. Okay. $5 a point. You see, from 6,010 to 6,020, 5 points each. Just multiply that by 5. Now you know everything you need to know about trading futures. Stop asking me about instruction manuals. here's the problem if I send you down that rabbit hole. 99.9% of futures has to do with stuff that won't be relevant to you. You don't need to know about corn expirations. You don't need to know about deliveries. You don't need to know about any of this crap. I'm giving you the fun stuff. So please, Martin, I'll talk about that in about 28 minutes. I'll do a little full class on this, but I promise to give you. Is this helpful to you guys? Is this helpful? Is this educational? Oh, you hear that? Momentum shift. Momentum shift. The boat has shifted. All right. And Richard uses the same thing on TradingView. Trust me, it's no different. The levels are very. All right. Let's continue, please. All right. So, so let me show you something, hypothetically speaking, of course. Look, randomly, AMP futures, right? Look. $40 micro E-mini S&P 500 margins. 400 for the day trading margins. They should say mini, but so let me show you. This right here. Now it says MES. Now I'm going to show you some. Dollars, / before. Now it's ES, okay? It's the same chart. But now this is $50 a point. So to go from 617 to 634, that's 17 points. It's not $85, it's $850. But let me show you something interesting. You would have made $850 buying here and selling right here, buying here and selling here, or selling here and buying back here, or buying right here and selling right here. 2 bars. That's $850. The margin for that is $400. So don't go asking me if you need $25,000. There's no day trading restrictions on futures. I think you just answered this with futures broker, but it seems like Robinhood is a stockbroker. Robinhood is going to jack you up hard. So with companies like Robinhood and Thinkorswim and all of those, you dip your toe in the water, you see if you like trading the E-minis, and then you do your run for the hills and you go to a futures brokerage firm. Capiche? Now, I've said this at least 50 times by now. Wink, wink. You got what I'm saying? Can I be any more clearer than I am being? I don't think I can be. Matt, can I be any more clearer?
Or nope.
So let me do this again so you guys see how difficult and complicated all this is, okay? So look, now, let's say you don't want to get involved. You're not listening to anything I say. You're ignoring me. You're going la, 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 la. Okay, fine. Here, have it your way. Use the SPY. Yes, I will, Ivan, in about half an hour. So you see how I switched to SPY. You see the lines are the same. We just took a 0 out of the equation. That's it. And now you could do add the money SPY options that expire tomorrow. Well, what's an add the money option? Well, we're at 595. You buy a 595. What if we're at 595.50? Then you buy a 595.50. Let me ask you guys, is this at all confusing to you? So I'm going to do the example again. MES. I promised you I was going to talk about this today. Okay. So, yeah, look, this is all you need to know. And every 4 months, now Thinkorswim does it automatically, but NinjaTrader, you have to switch to a different month. Every 4 months. That's all you need to know. Now, did you hear me talk about options, strike price, expiration dates here? No, because you don't need to do any of that here. This price converter is very useful, Richard. Marek, don't you think before trading in AlphaZone Pro you should at least know how much you're making or losing? A lot of people had these questions. Every 3 months, not every 4 months, every 3 months. Oh, I'm sorry about that. See, Venkat caught me red-butted. Keith says, I have Robinhood. Who's the better options platform? They're all the same. All right. So, and by the way, Marek, I can actually pronounce your name, I think the way you pronounce your name, Marek. Marek. Tell me if I got it right. Marek. Not Marek, but Marek. Tell me if I got it right. But uh, I might have gotten it right. I think I got it right. So you see how the levels are the same, the oscillators are the same. I went MES. Now let me go to SPY. The levels are the same. We're always in between. So it helps to have something moving, something actually happening when we want to trade. Now, you might have remembered what I said a little while ago. We right now have no momentum. There is zero momentum right now. It's lunchtime. What I would be looking to do right now. Oh, if you don't, sorry about that. You should. Do you have? I think we have captions. Yeah, on YouTube we have captions. Time. So now you guys get it. So Dave, here you go. We're looking at the SPY. Now we're looking at micro E mini. MES is the ticker symbol. And now you're looking at ES. And here's the ticker symbol. You notice they are identical. And now we're looking at the SPY again. Do you guys see that we're looking at the same thing? Now. Oh, good, good. Thanks, Glenn. So, likely move has nothing to do with SPY versus ES. They're you fall. And by the way I would trade this, even if I'm trading the E mini, I like to look at the SPY. Okay. So now let's talk about actually trading this. I'll move to the E minis. Okay, just for why not? Just make it a little fun. Yeah. So again, right now, see how we went from 617, and I said if we come from 617 all the way to 634, that was the number. 17 points, 17 times 5, $85. So, and our margin for that, as I mentioned before, assuming we went to AMP Futures or any of the other 500 futures brokerage firms, which I'll talk about in about 25 minutes extensively, your margin would be $40. Now, would you want to open an account with $40? Of course not. But I'm illustrating this to you that you don't need day trading margin. You don't need day trading margin. Webull, SJ Webull is a stock options company. Okay? It's a stock option company. So your margin would be really high and your commission would be really high. But you could play around with it, dip your toe in the water. You wouldn't have any day trading restrictions. You could do as many trades as you want during the session, and you don't have to worry about option expirations. And then you could then dip your toe in the water, see if it's good, and then open up an account at one of the hundreds of futures brokers around. If my brokerage was still open, I closed it about 15 years ago. But if my brokerage was still open, I'd recommend that one. But I can't because I don't have one. Yeah, Michael, I'm using the old area. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about the arrows. People seem to get caught up with these arrows. I want to explain something to you, okay, about these arrows. These arrows are not really smart. Here's what's really smart here. The lines, the levels are really, really smart, and the oscillators really, really smart. The levels are they become intelligent when you're near key levels. Otherwise, they're useless. So let me explain, guys. What the levels do, what the arrows do is they wait for an asset to make a 20 bar high and then show a reversal bar. By the way, this would not qualify. So I'm glad you have a newer version. You have a better version. I asked Matt to put a new one on for me, but he never did it. But I don't use these. To me, they're invisible. I don't use this. I use the levels. Okay, and you will too after a while. I don't think Richard really cares about the arrows either, or these shades. This is all stuff for beginners, and the ones you have it the right way. Okay, you guys have it the right way. I'm the one that doesn't have it the right way. But the point, you say something?
Yeah, what's wrong with yours?
This is the old version. It does look. This is not a full bar. I think we made some adjustments to this. And if we didn't, that's fine too. My point is, I don't think this is the latest version. I don't think this is the latest version. I told you this morning that I don't have the latest version.
Yeah, but I updated it. It should have updated automatically. That's what I'm saying.
Then maybe it is. Then maybe it is the updated version. My point is, I don't put a lot of value into these, and I'll explain to you why. It's very easy for a candle to show up as a reversal candle. Look, this is a reversal candle. Does that mean it deserves an arrow? No. So the arrow only comes at, I want to explain this to you. I'm so glad we're having this session right now. Two things have to happen for the arrow to show up. The bar has to look a certain way, and the bar has to be a 20 bar high or a 20 bar low. See, this is making a 20 bar low, and it's reversing. Now, the reason that happens is there tends to be a natural order to the market when it's not trending, which means when we're not looking here. Remember we talked about market internals for a while? Okay. So the markets tend to churn at 20 bar high and lows. They do. They tend to do that. There's a trading method called turtle soup. And that's just based on these arrows. But Uncle Roger doesn't play like that. To me, the arrows have to come near these lines, near these levels, like here. See how you're getting an arrow here? The arrow here is 5 times more important than the arrow right here. Okay? Understand? This arrow, because there's a level there. Also, what's also important, after I'm in the trade, I want I want this to start moving the other direction. So if I get this arrow here and this level, I want to start seeing this moving south over the next 15, 20 minutes. Which in this case, it does exactly in 20 minutes. It starts, this got smaller and then starts declining, or you could see right here. This is where my cowbells go off, right here or right here. Right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. You guys hear me talk sometimes and you hear the cowbells go off? That happens when momentum gets into these levels right here. You guys don't understand how much thought was put into this. I don't think you realize how much thought went into this. This is like 30 years of it being in my head. So again, the arrows are great when they are near the lines. When they are near the lines. If the arrows are not near the lines, the up arrows are at levels as well. Yeah, the ups and down. This arrow right here means very, very little. It means nothing actually. But if it was right here at this level, it would mean a whole lot. Inversely or conversely, the fact that this went down here closer to this was much, much more important than the arrow. Steve says, I can tell a tremendous amount of thought went to this. Pro Trader Dashboard just gave you the 8th winning trade alone today. And the two things I put all of my nugget into was the Pro Trader Dash and AZP. AZP, very, very, very important. Very, very important. So, excuse me. Chris says, why don't you change the logic for the arrows to only display them when they're at or near the level? Well, how close to the level? Above the level? Below the level? You see, the problem with that, Chris, is I start putting more rules into here, it's going to be less responsive. Nice, Michelle. It's going to be curve fitted. I'm going to explain to you what that means. In trading, you want to wear a pair of sweatpants, not a pair of custom fitted suits or jeans that won't fit you if you eat the wrong dinner or look at the wrong dinner if you eat a steak by accident at night instead of sushi. Capiche? Yes, the lines were generated several different ways. These lines, the initial lines, take account volume and price. Volume and price. These levels right here take into account implied volatility. So I got all three here. All three. I've got volume and implied volatility. No technical indicators went into this. Remember I tell you technical indicators are shit? No technical indicators. And this was handmade by us. We made this indicator. No fair value gaps. No TTC concepts here, William. No TTC concepts here. We don't play that game around here. So I'm going to repeat this again. I told you I wanted to have a good class with you guys. And by the way, if we traded the last hour, we would have gotten babkas. Nothing. So this right here is volume and price. These right here are specific implied volatility levels that I look at. Okay? And this is a momentum oscillator that Uncle Roger himself created. I didn't code a one line of code, not even one character of code for this. That's Matt and Brian, mostly Brian on this one. But what I did here is, I know you guys love your oscillator, so I actually gave you one that actually works. This and this is based on market internals. Okay? It's based on market internals. What that means is this. If you're looking at daily bar or 5-minute bar data, this thing is looking at 60-second price bar data, and it's comparing the closings of those bars with each other to see if they're going higher or not. See, this right here is a hell of a lot more important than this right here. Because look what happened when we came, not because, but it's because it's a level. Look what happened. We came down. And by the way, I want to show you guys something interesting. For all of you who don't think you could trade this move, this is, let's just say 6,040, just to keep it simple. And this is 6,017. That's 23 points. 23 times 5, right? That's $215. Too long of an email, Rick. Simple, small questions, or send me an email. Thank you. So you guys, look, from right here to right here is 200. Margin is $40 with, I showed you margin $40. And right here, sorry, 115. Thank you. Thank you, Ira, 115. Carl says I cleared 40% on the move Roger just illustrated. Carl, you got to brag to everybody, not just me. Here, we got to put this. Do these levels change throughout the day? These levels do. The second tier and third tier do not. Okay? They do not. So look. You get in here. This is just to show you, because folks wanted to see how the dollars here worked out. If you guys get enough leverage, okay? So let me show you. You start here at 610 and you go up to here 638. Let's just make it simple. 30 points, $150, $40 margin per contract. You go from right here down to here another $100, $40 per contract. Lisa, all of this will be disclosed to you. Now, let's say you want it, you're a big shot. Let's say you're a big shot. You're a big player in the game. All right? Well, from here to here, from 612 to 6, let's just say 30 points, that's $1,500. That's $1,500 per contract, $400 margin. From here, from 6,040 to, let's just say 20 points, that's $1,000. Michael, it's like $2.50 per side. $2 depends on which one you're doing. If you go to a futures broker, it varies, but it's not expensive. All right. So do you understand the leverage you're getting here? At $40 or $400, that is what, if we got exactly at the right. I'm just giving you level, Maurice. I'm not saying you would take this. I'm not even saying you would take this trade. Folks wanted me to show them like how the pricing works on the E-minis. That's all I'm doing here. I'm not like trying to tell you, ooh, we bought here, we sold here, we sold here, we bought here. I'm not doing that at all. That's not the goal of this. The goal is to get people comfortable with E-minis and show them that, hey, there's potential, that you don't need to have a move from here to here to make money. That's all I'm saying. I never said you would sell right now. I never said any of this. So, for example, let's say you went right here short today. You faded this move around here somewhere, right? Just around here. And I'm just ballparking that. I'm not trying to show you anything. And We don't use 8K tick charts. We don't do that. So you see how right here it's about 660, 68, right? And here it's 611. Let's just say 50 points, just for shits and giggles. 50 times 50, that's $2,500 from here to here, and your margin was $400. Or if you're trading the little baby, the baby one, I'm not telling you to go long. I'm not telling you to go short. I'm not soliciting you to any. All I'm saying is if you went short the micro at 665 and you got out at 610, let's just say 50 points here, right? 50 times 5 is two. Yeah, hypothetical. It's $250 and your margin was $40. Do you guys think you're getting enough margin here, leverage here, and no day trading requirements? No day trading requirements. Then you lose exactly as much, Jeremiah, and you got to close out. That's what happens. It works. It's a double-edged sword. How do you use volatility levels? William, I'll save that for another time. But right now, when do you take profit on a position? What is the signal you look at in order to get out? Right here. You see the can look, you see the arrow? See the highlight, see the candle? That's your entry, that's your exit, buddy. And that's your stop loss right here. 2 to 1, I think. I got an answer for everything. You never notice these little candles? What do you think these candles are? Look, entry here, exit there. That's your stop loss right there. Now, does the Alpha Zone Pro have you covered or what? So, what did we cover? When not to step in doo-doo by following market internals very carefully, right? After we decide on market internals, we realize that today is definitely not a trending day. We realize we're going to end up being on this side of the fence. I showed you how not to just look at the 5-minute chart, but to combine the 5-minute chart with the daily chart. Otherwise, you're not going to be the actions you take with a 5-minute chart are very different than the actions you take with a chart with a day. Basically, the way I would trade. See, and that's what kills me about these books and these gurus. We just trade this setup. We just trade this setup. Yeah, but do you take into account if the market's up 100 points or up 800 points? I would. See what I'm saying? It all changes. It all changes. The rug gets pulled underneath you. A setup is not just a setup. You got to look at where you are. Now, what I just gave you was a very valuable lesson. And if you listen to this lesson a year from now, you will say, damn, I didn't even realize half of the value Roger gave here. Now, what I'm about to do for you is I'm going to put everything together that we just discussed. Okay? I'm going to put everything together we just discussed. Matt, I want you to put a link in the Zoom session, and I want people in the, in the YouTube session. I want people in the YouTube session to move to the Zoom room. Please move into the Zoom room. Do that as soon as possible. We need you in the Zoom room. Okay? And tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to have something different. But on Monday, I'm going to talk about day trading more, and we'll go to another topic. All right? And this is what you missed today here. Nothing. By the way, momentum is turning higher. Please, everybody, here, I'm going to tell them too. Please go to Zoom room right now. Okay? I'm going to give them 2 more minutes. So always consider, and this is very important, always consider, Blake, make a note and tell Deanna that I want today's session to be in the AZP members area, okay? I'll talk about that on Monday. I'm not done yet. Now, Matt, please cut off YouTube. Please go to the Zoom room if you are